Welcome to Cosmic Explorer, where we look at history and current events from a non-conventional point of view. This is the first in a series of special shorts in English. In the year 589 AD, the Adige River basin in northern Italy was hit by serious flooding with widespread destruction from the city of Verona to the shores of the Adriatic. Paulus Diaconus, the historian who tells of the rule of the Lombards over Italy, reports that in that time there was a flood that had not been seen since the times of Noah. Farms and towns were ruined, with great loss of human and animal life. Paths and roads were swept away, and the level of the Adige River rose to the upper windows of the church of San Zeno outside Verona, and parts of the city walls were destroyed. Well, historians have attributed this damage to increasingly bad weather cycles lasting from the 6th to the 8th centuries, and to poor maintenance of riverbanks since the fall of the Roman Empire and the invasion of the Goths and then the Lombards. Apparently, however, no so-called experts have yet claimed that this period of bad weather, lasting about 3 centuries, was due to too many old diesel cars, or indeed even to bovine flatulence. Life in the Middle Ages was hard, and people had to make the best of it, sometimes helped, but more often hindered by their rulers. Coming back to the present, many have remarked on the penchant of the oligarchs in the Western countries to impose a sort of neo-feudalism, enforcing curfews and preventing people from traveling too far, allegedly for their own good. The watchword is, "You will own nothing and be happy." These oligarchs, picturesquely labeled by Cliff High as the mother weffers, have been testing things like 15-minute cities, seeming to forget that ghettos were supposed to have been abolished after the Nuremberg trials. Now, the ghettos are income-based. The outcome of the so-called ultra-low emission zone in London is uncertain. There has been pushback against what is virtually an attempt to force millions of people to buy a new car on the basis of alleged emission rates, or to pay a charge just to leave their own driveways. Many of these cars are only a few years old and at the time of purchase were fully up to standard. And many of the 5 million people in the expanded carbon ghetto already use public transport to go to work. In the UK, the 15-minute cities, despite repeated attempts, have largely been a flop. Will the people of London say no to this imposition as they did against the poll tax in 1990? Will there be a serious attempt to contrast the politically and not scientifically motivated narrative? I'm optimistic that they will, but of course only time will tell, and we'll see how this develops. See you next time.